Hello guys, welcome back. I have rampant insomnia again. I've done this all my life, it's okay. Um, yeah, it's like 3 in the morning, but the fox is coming today, yay! So like, hopefully. So like maybe about 10 hours the fox will be here, yeah, so like, yeah, like 10, 12 hours. 12 hours, I think. And, I'm guesstimating. If it's usually not my house by 3, that means it's not coming. Um, And as I was looking around, we were looking at other foxes, and we were putting together a grocery order and that. It, and I was looking up Hansa, this plush company that makes these amazing foxes and every other creature on Earth. They even make like huge animatronics and that. They're the kind of frou-frou plushies that were so, all the famous people were collecting them, and then like a bunch of other people got mad because they said they're just collecting them because they're expensive. They were collecting them because they thought they looked pretty. Don't be mean-spirited and jealous, but that kind of brought up some good points. Loki likes to use everything as a teaching tool. We all have our faults. Like, I can be like way too judgmental. I know I can. Like, I can be like surfing through YouTube, and a lot of people I don't mind. Like, they'll have reborns or they'll have a vacation or something. It's all, I guess, in the way they present themselves. And I'll actually think it's interesting, but if it's just done and I feel like it's done to rub it in my face, I'll be really judgmental and not like that person. But I was thinking about that. It's not that we can't not like people, it's that we should think, are we actually judging them because they're actually acting that way, or are we just jealous because they have this and we don't have this thing? So it was food for thought. And also, along with the foxes, it was, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about that meme fox. You've all seen them about the drinks at 2 a.m. That really bad taxidermied fox. I'm sorry. But, the fox I got and like a couple other foxes, I've looked at, and maybe there's another fox coming, and maybe there's not. We made a food order, maybe a fox jumped in, and maybe it didn't, but we're like having a debate back and forth about when that fox should be open. But, there's a term in gaming and like a lot of other things too called uncanny valley. It's when something is to the point where it's realistic enough and human-like enough, or animal-like, or whatever it's supposed to be, to freak you out. Like, suits of armor would kind of be my uncanny valley, because even though they're empty, I think they're alive. I love suits of armor, but they look like they're alive to me, and I know they're not. And like anytime I've gone on a castle tour, I'm like walking around it just in case. I blame Scooby-Doo. And like for some people, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. They're terrified of those. Some people it's Furbies because they talk and they move and they sing. And the foxes we were looking at weren't at that uncanny valley stage. I've seen ones that, they look a little too real, but unfortunately they usually look like the fox post hunt, and the fox is positioned like this. And it's like, why would you even want that in your house? If you're going to get a fox that looks like that, just go out and buy the real thing. And you guys know my position. I would not willingly buy it. I mean, unless he begged and howled and fussed and he was like Ragnarok was going to start unless he got it. But I normally would not buy him actual fox parts. But at the same time, he's been very assistant lately, and I'm like, this is so weird. That if I was ever gifted a fox part, like a tail or a pelt or something, or God forbid a stuffed fox, I'm supposed to accept it. I'm like, that's never gonna happen, but okay. So please do not send me fox parts in the mail. But I think because we had been talking about Inari, like, as a possible name for the fox, and Inari, if you don't know them, is a god or kami from Japan that was associated with rice fields, which makes sense because the foxes came and ate the mice, and then has morphed through the ages to become a god of business and success. And Nari and the Kitsune and I have like kind of like a passing fascination with each other. Like, if I see something that reminds me of them, I'll be like, ooh, but other than that, I don't really seek them out. But I was thinking, like, a Nari, Fox, the teachers will be very insistent that Inari never comes down in an actual fox form, though apparently it's a belief that Inari does. And I thought, well, the only thing missing there is, even though Inari's a shapeshifter and does all these wonderful things for people, there isn't like a hint of a trickster there. The Kitsune are tricksters, and Kitsune can be vicious and downright vengeful, and some people are afraid of Inari and won't work with them. Inari can show up as god, goddess, no gender at all, whatever Inari feels like, and I'm like, this really sounds like Japanese Loki. I'm not trying to disparage Inari, and Loki has used a Japanese form with me before, unless I actually know Tengu, which is doubtful. And there was like, he was double dipping. He was doing a Kitsune at the same time. So it was like, all my life, most of the gods I've met have just been Loki, dressing up in drag, having fun, putting on an act because he wanted to make sure he's properly entertained, and he gets something out of it. He does, in all seriousness, he gets something vital to his nature. He's told me the offerings and the attention, they kind of have like a special taste or feeling to them that he can't get if you're giving it to him. It doesn't matter how much you love him, if he does that to you, if he like double dips on you and shows up as someone else. It's something he needs. It's something in his nature, and I don't mind. I mean, I've yelled at him before, but I usually don't mind. So, there will probably be no naming the fox Inari, because he got a little upset. I think he thought I was gonna, like, throw out Loki and have Inari, and, like, have Inari gates in the yard and everything. I'm like, no, Inari and I have never clicked. We can walk past each other and be like, hey. But I think I even had a statue of Inari, not knowing who he was, and pitched it out because I had like all the gods of wealth and everything, and I kept a vague one that reminded me of Papa Legba for Papa Legba, and the rest went. So yeah, I'm on Inari's hot list. So yeah, it was interesting. So the fox will be coming in about, I have to wait 12 hours, I think, because if it hasn't come by 3, I don't know if I said that this recording or not, probably will not come. But hopefully the Foxy Fox comes, and we'll have that Foxy Fox, and the others, I'm thinking that we only picked them up because they were like dirt cheap, and I said, well, we'll do Christmas or birthday shopping. That's the plan. And of course you do have to take it out of the package to check it, and I'm like, I can see how this is going to go. I'm going to take it out of the package, fall in love, and be like, do I have to wait? So I might come up on my birthday and Christmas and tell you, oh, I'm not buying anything. Remember those foxes I bought back in March? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. But if the gods bless me with good fortune, then I'll buy something then. But I'm not too fussed. This will round out our fox collection until I see the next one. But yeah, Ditz had made 2 different foxes. They made the red fox I got, and they made a gray fox, and the gray fox was like $100, where I got mine for less, and there were like, mine's usually a couple hundred, and I got them for like 70 something. And you have like the Hanzo one that I got for like what I paid for it, and it's like maybe a quarter of the price, and I'm like, I don't even care if this is a knockoff. It sounds like a really good price because they're all handmade and everything. The Hanzo ones, not the Ditz one. They started out handmade, and then they like went to like a bigger factory setting. So it's going to be interesting, and I think Loki was making a point with the foxes of, you can reach that point of too much extreme, of being trying to be too perfect, because if these foxes were too perfect, they would look like that creepy drunk fox that everybody knows they have on their Pinterest page. You might be like, oh, I would never hunt foxes, and you got that fox floating around in there somewhere, because there are actually pages, if I'm really bored, there are pages of hideously stuffed foxes, and it's like, you already killed the animal, don't do this to it. Who did this taxidermist? Looks terrible. I hope the fox came back and bit the person in the butt as a spirit. But yeah, it's been surreal. It's been surreal. So, If you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. We're just basically making hay when the sun shines. I'm getting a little bit sleepy, so I probably will go back up and try to sleep and try to get, like, I've been averaging like 5 hours a night, but that's okay. That's normal for me at points in my life. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.